Okay, and welcome to this interview with Corinne Henderson. She is a longtime parishioner here at the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul. She's our Finance Council chair, and she also has a great love for our Hispanic community. I see her often at the Spanish Masses. And she is a board member for an organization here in Chattanooga called Paz Chattanooga. So first of all, Corinne, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about La Paz.
And thank you for all you do. And I see the little the image of the basilica that you had made behind. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Great piece of work of art.
Also by an immigrant to Chattanooga from Russia.
That's right. That's pretty awesome. That maybe we'll have to do another interview about that. So tell me, what is La Paz?
So, you know, when I first was introduced to it, I asked the same question, and I'm not sure that I can fully answer it right now, but La Paz is an organization that works to empower our Latino, largely immigrant population. And they really want to help the folks in that part of our community become leaders and to thrive in Chattanooga.
So I know the full name was La Paz de Dios, is that correct?
Yes, and it still is, La Paz de Dios, Inc., the peace of God. And so I believe that there were the leaders that started La Paz 17 years ago, quite a few of them were from faith-based organizations.
So what was the inspiration for La Paz de Dios, now La Paz?
So the immigrant population, the Latin American population was being taken advantage of. And so that's my understanding of why it was started. And it's interesting that in 2020, with all of the COVID stuff, and then in particular, the tornadoes that happened in East Brainerd, there were a lot of folks being taken advantage of. And so La Paz was able to step in and help, not just physically, but legally help folks in that respect.
So it's sort of an advocacy group too.
Definitely advocacy, and also boots on the ground physically. I mean, at the Basilica too, I think during the tornado, you had a lot of probably diapers and food and clothing. And so La Paz has done that too, has helped families get the things that they need, as well as the social service things they need. So yes.
Yeah, and I know that Sister Imelda with our Hispanic community has partnered very well with the work of La Paz, that we're arm in arm with a lot of what they do.
Right, and you know, she's a hero of La Paz. They put out the Heroes publication and she was featured in it, and it is beautiful, what her words in that interview.
Absolutely. And we can put a link to that Chattanooga publication and what all was there. And then also in the past, La Paz Chattanooga gave the Latino Leadership Awards, and Sister Celia Sanchez, who was the predecessor of Sister Imelda, had received one of the Latino Leaders Awards probably about 6-7 years ago.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So what Go ahead.
I was going to say I believe that a lot of the members of our parish receive services. You know, a lot of them are educational, or they have a lot of, I don't know what the right word to say, but just informational kind of sessions that help folks that are immigrants, like banking. How do you navigate the banking system here? Just really practical things. So a lot of our members of our parish are able to take advantage of those services.
Information is a huge thing, and knowing the how to when you're in a foreign land and don't know how things work, that's power. Yeah.
So I thought about you living in Rome and having to navigate Italian services. Excellent. And so I wanted to share that, you know, I love the language. And the first time, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, that I went to the Spanish Mass in our church, a church where I was baptized and where I am completely comfortable, and I was the only Anglo person in the building, and how I felt it gave me a kernel, a grain of sand, bit of understanding of what it would feel like to be an immigrant in this city. But right when I walk out the door of the Basilica, I'm back in my familiar, in my homeland. So when I was asked to serve with La Paz, I kept saying no. I kept saying no because I thought my plate was too full. And when I finally did say yes, I'm so glad that I did, because I've gotten a lot of blessings, and I've gotten a lot of blessings from being able to be one of the few Anglo participants in all of our Spanish celebrations at the parish.
What you're describing there is what the Catholic Church calls solidarity. And it's one of the principles of the Catholic social teaching. So you're living it out. You experienced it in your heart, and you responded in your call, your baptismal call for holiness. That's awesome. Thanks for
Well,
that.
and I also appreciate the name of the capital campaign, because that really resonates with me too, because Saints Peter and Paul is for every single person that comes, without respect to where we were born, right? Or the color of our skin, or our native language.
And Corinne is referring to our Under One Roof capital campaign to preserve the historical building that is the Basilica. We need lots of upgrades and renovations, including a new roof. So if you'd like to donate to the Under One Roof campaign, we'll put a link in this interview also for you to do so. So what is your involvement with La Paz?
So I'm the treasurer of the board because I'm an accountant. That's how I can help. And whenever I say yes to doing nonprofit work, I'm such a dork. I go read the organization's Federal 990, because I want to make sure that the money's being appropriately handled. And I was blown away when I saw how many folks are served in Chattanooga with so few dollars and so few employees at La Paz. Their work is Herculean, and the work that they did in 2020, it's beyond comprehension how much they did with so little.
That's awesome. Can you talk about some of the things that La Paz has done and does do?
So this is interesting. During COVID, organizations that were able to quickly pivot and serve the needy are really impressive to me. And La Paz, because it's probably the biggest Latino immigrant organization in Chattanooga, they were able to take money that the state offered, money that the community foundation offered, and they were the portal to get it to the people, to whether pay rent, buy food, medicine, whatever that thing was. Rapid response. And so that's what they did. They also, during COVID, the city of Chattanooga is trying to get all of the COVID information out, and La Paz was there to help them do that in Spanish.
So not only information, but they also had boots on the ground, like you said, and did frontline work, helping people to stay in their homes, keep the lights on, and have the means necessary to live healthy lives.
Right.
Well, so how does La Paz relate to faith-based organizations like our church and our parishioners? How does it have impact on our parishioners?
So like I said, our parishioners receive help, information, services. I can tell you that La Paz partners with a lot of organizations, including faith-based ones, just to get the help to the people that need it.
Awesome. Where would somebody go to get more information about La Paz?
So right now, online. So if you'll share the links and the information, and La Paz is in the process right now of renovating a building that they acquired on Willow Street in Highland Park. And so really, for the first time in the 17-year existence, the space that they are going to have that can be a magnet for the community is going to be fantastic. I don't know how many more months of construction we have. We did a groundbreaking, I believe it was in the summer, I can't remember, but when it's located next to the soccer fields that are over on Willow Street, or near the soccer fields that are on Willow Street in Highland Park. So eventually folks will be able to go there, but for now, it's during this COVID time, it's going to be online or a phone call.
Awesome. So just perusing the website, I'm seeing who's involved. I'm seeing their different areas of expertise where they're helping people, the community education, health services, and of course, just popped up the COVID-19 issue. And it seems like that's very prominent right now, helping people to get safe and affordable vaccinations and care during this time of pandemic.
So they a lot of testing. La Paz partnered with Clínica Médicos and other organizations. They tested a lot of people, and I know Clínica Médicos has vaccinations now. You can call and get a vaccination.
Now, are you also involved in Clínica Médicos?
No, Kelly Arnold, La Doctora, is the one that introduced me to La Paz. She has been on the board, and she is such a champion for our Latino brothers and sisters, and has a big heart. And so she's the one that introduced me to La Paz initially.
Awesome. Well, Corinne, thank you so much for sitting with us and telling us about the work of La Paz. And thank you for being involved in it and having that heart of solidarity, which comes from our Catholic faith, of knowing that our brothers and sisters, we're one in the faith, and having that connection with your fellow Christian people, and doing what you can to bring the peace of God to the world.
I appreciate you asking me and letting me talk about La Paz, because they are angels on this earth, the work they do.
Beautiful. What a good testament to leave on then. All right. Well, God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.